Kay awaits a second summons but does not hear from the mysterious court. He returns to the address on Sunday morning. The same young woman opens the door, but informs him that there is no sitting today. Indeed, the meeting hall/courtroom is empty save for a few curious books left on the table. Kay learns that the young woman who cleans and her husband and usher for the court live in the room without charge in exchange for their labor. The woman explains that the disturbance last week was caused by a certain law student who is always after her. But she entered the courtroom in the first place because she took an interest in Kay. She is clearly attracted to him, and offers to help him. He is doubtful that she can, and does not want her to jeopardize her job merely to influence a sentencing that he ultimately intends to laugh off. But, she offers, perhaps she can sway the examining magistrate in some way, since that man has recently begun to notice her. Just then the bandy-legged, scraggly-bearded law student enters the courtroom and motions for the woman. She excuses herself to Kay, says she must go to him briefly, but will return soon, and then Kay can have his way with her. As the woman and the student speak in hushed tones at the window, Kay reflects that he would very much like to possess her both for the obvious reason and for the measure of revenge it would extract from the magistrate. Kay grows impatient as the conversation wears on and the student kisses the woman. He and the student exchange words. The student lifts up the woman and begins to carry her off. Kay offers to free her, which he could easily do, as the scrawny student is no match for him, but she declines. She says the magistrate has sent for her. She is obviously not in much distress. The student labors at carrying her up a narrow flight of stairs that would seem to lead to a garret. Kay watches furiously. He has been defeated, but only because he entered into a fight. The key, he realizes, is to go about his own affairs and so to remain above all this. This resolution does not last long. The woman's husband, the usher, returns. This man complains to Kay about his wife and the law student. The usher cannot throttle the student as he would like to, for fear of losing his job. But perhaps a man like Kay could do him the favor. Kay points out that the student might be in a position to influence the outcome of his case. Usually, says the usher, the cases are foregone conclusions. The usher is heading upstairs, to the law offices, and he invites Kay to accompany him. Kay hesitates, but, curious to see the workings of the court, agrees to go. They climb the stairs and enter a long, narrow lobby where various accused men wait. Kay tries to have a conversation with one of them, but the man is confused, demoralized, and uncomfortable. Kay grows impatient with this pitiable individual. As he and the usher walk on, Kay suddenly begins to feel very tired. He asks the usher to lead him out, but the usher is reluctant to do so. Kay's raised voice attracts the attention of a woman in a nearby office, who asks his business. Kay feels faint and is unable to respond. The woman offers him a chair and assures him that the stuffy air similarly affects many people on their first visit to the offices. Kay's swoon intensifies to a near paralysis. The woman suggests to a smartly dressed man who shares her office and who turns out to be the clerk of inquiries that they take Kay to the sick room. Kay manages to request that they instead help him to the door. He is scarcely able to walk, even with the two officials half carrying him. He is ashamed as they pass before the accused man with whom he had been impatient before. That man meekly makes excuses for his presence to the chief of inquiries.